My name is Rob. I'm a person in long-term recovery. After about 5 years of being homeless, I had a pretty traumatic event happen and I woke up in a hospital bed on life support. And it was at that moment that some friends came from Shine a Light, came to me and offered me a program. And, I came to Freedom House. I did a 60-day program here. While I was here, I saw friends going out, going into the tunnels, reaching back, helping people out. And it sparked an interest. I became very passionate about it, and as soon as I got out, I transitioned to sober living and I began coming out. You know, at first I was just a team member, and then after a while I just kind of kept coming, and I really fell in love with the idea of helping people out, people that were where I had once been, and you know, I had a real passion for it. And I've been doing it for about 2 years now, and in the meantime I'm working at the Freedom House. I started out as a case manager. I'm now the program manager, and I'm also the outreach manager for Shine a Light. And
across, but like there's this illusion, this veil that comes over you once you've lived down here long enough, and how quickly this feels like normal is scary. You know what I mean? Like, because again, like it really, like I can set this whole thing up. Nobody knows where I'm at. Nobody knows I'm down here. The cops aren't coming this far, and they never do. They stand up there and yell at you, and that's why they ran up. There's a certain point the cops are gonna stop. And when the cops get here, where are they gonna go? They don't know where any of these lead. You know what I mean? Like, talk about a home field advantage. And so like this veil that gets put over you, like this, it's this illusion that this is safe, this is cool, this is acceptable. Like I can fully thrive down here and not be in anyone's way and nobody get in mine.
I think my experience with Shine a Light has taught me that there's an area of the homeless community that's forgotten, that has been very dehumanized, you know, and forgotten about, and they've gone down there to hide. Make no mistake about it, you know what I mean? For many different reasons, they've gone down there, and my experience shows me that in my tunnel, for instance, not one person ever came down in the 2.5 years I was down there. Not one person came down to offer aid and assistance. I didn't even know there was a way out, you know what I mean? And make no mistake, I understand my own part in that, you know, but I never knew a way out when I was down there. I thought I was going down there to die, you know what I mean? And I think we're really the only organization that consistently goes out all over the city and reaches out to them and tries to build a relationship to the point where all these tunnels know us. You know what I mean? They know us by name.
We've developed into something very fast moving. Like I get calls from the guys in the tunnels on a daily basis. Different people are calling me, this is what I need, this is where I'm at. I've had guys show up at Freedom House's gate, I'm ready to go. I've had guys, I walk down there and they've never talked to me, and one guy looked up at me and he's like, hey, can you take me today? And he's been sober now 8 months, about to move out on his own.
You were staying there?
Call me. I'll have to send you through detox. I don't do detox, but I will pay for your housing for the first 2 months at least.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's a facility that I go to. It's drug and alcohol free. It's right, like, so you're gonna have to go through detox and all that. You might go through treatment being that you're an IV user, but I run the treatment program. I'm the manager. So you'll just be on the same property I'm on every day. And then we'll switch you over to the transitional living where you'll get a month free and we'll help you start getting work and shit and get back on your feet. I've had guys tell me, no, fine. And one of those guys is right alongside the first one, and they're about to actually get their own place together. So it's been an interesting experience, you know, and kind of where I'm at now is just trying to rally the troops of volunteers and people that have been watching what we've been doing the last year to go out and help us so we can cover a bigger radius.
Shine a Light is a program that is ever growing and changing and learning as we go along. And we started out with just some backpacks and some basic supplies and building relationships, right? And as we've kind of grown, we've taken on more and built relationships to where we can case manage afterwards. So we'll meet someone, build a relationship with them. Hopefully the day comes where the trust is there. It could be right away, it could be down the road, we never know. But when the day comes, they reach out to us and we can get them into detox, into housing. We can case manage with IDs, births, socials, help them with the rent voucher. You know, all the things that once I drop them off at detox, that's it, right? Like that's my experience. And I've been to detox 60 some times. And I walk out 3 days sober with no ID, no birth, no social, no place to go. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go right back to the same place. So as we've evolved, we've kind of taken on more and more and more, developed a system through partners, community partners in different places where we can get people through detox, housed, IDs, employed, and then back into regular society.
The rains, they get killed and...
I mean, there's a couple deaths a year. I know more so people get caught up in it and they get saved, or they find an end like this and get out, but it's absolutely, I've been caught in this set of tunnels 3 or 4 times myself.
What's it like? Does the water come in pretty fast
Yes.
and rise up?
You hear it. Like it's like not even half an inch high, but you can hear the rest of it coming. It literally goes from like half an inch to like ankle high to like knee high within seconds.
Wow.
I think it's important for people to understand that we don't bring supplies down there to load them up for the next 2 months, you know what I mean? But those supplies are the key to the door. You know, they're the key to a conversation. Somebody maybe hasn't had a water in 2 days, maybe hasn't had a snack in 2 days, maybe is walking around with a pair of wet socks. You know, and we walk up to them, we hand them a pair of socks, and I shake their hand, look them eye to eye, have a conversation, let them know that we were where they once were, you know? And then on the flip side, I think people donating would have a hard time understanding that every little bit helps, you know what I mean? And everything goes directly to them, you know what I mean? And I don't know that we struggle with anything, but I think people would be surprised at how many people it takes to work together to do what we do. You know, they only see the 10 people on Facebook that go out every weekend, you know what I mean? They don't see the 60 people that showed up here during the week dropping off this and dropping off a package of socks and dropping off a case of water, or, you know, some canned foods, whatever it is. The specific donations that we are in need of is non-perishable foods like granola bars, canned foods, water bottles, and also sports bottles, reusable sports bottles, batteries, flashlights, socks, any kind of men's clothing, women's hygiene, men's hygiene. Every little bit helps. If you'd like to drop off any items, you can give Paul or I a call anytime, or drop them by Freedom House 24 hours a day, care of Shining Light. If you'd like to contribute to our fund, check out our Facebook page, give us a like if you haven't already, help us spread our message, and there's a link on the page on how you can contribute to our cause.